Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Flurka. I'm BAKERpedia's Baked in Science podcast host, and welcome to Thought Leadership Thursday. Today, I have a very special and interesting guest with me, Deepak Rhoda of Enzyme Innovations, and we are going to talk enzymes and egg reduction. Deepak, hello, how are you?
Hello, Mark. I'm fine. How about yourself?
Great, great, thank you. Deepak, can you tell us all a little bit about what you do for Enzyme Innovation?
Sure. So, my name is Deepak Roda. I'm Senior Vice President of Market and Business Development at Enzyme Innovation. I've been with Enzyme Innovation belongs to Advanced Enzymes Group globally. Uh, I'm with the group for last 21 years, and I take care of market and business development, and I also manage the R&D labs in different places.
Wow,
So
that's a
this
long
is
time. That's a big responsibility too. Wow, that's amazing.
absolutely. And like baking is one of the lab I manage directly. So always excited to do new stuffs, new things in the big lab.
That's cool. That's cool. So as I mentioned at the top, the topic talking about egg reduction and pound cakes. Let's start off with the basics. I mean, why should egg and pound cakes, why should bakers be re interested in reducing eggs and pound cakes? Give us some insights there.
Absolutely, Mark. So there are several different benefits which egg, like the product, enzyme product brings for the egg reduction, and to the bakers. We can talk a lot on that one, but then we'll discuss a few of them. So the first and foremost is the cost benefit. You know, um, as we see, there's like a lot of challenge on the egg prices. If we see historically, egg prices moved from $2 a dozen kind of stuff to it went up till 10, 12, and now it's like 4 and 5.
Hmm.
Okay, so this brings a lot of challenge on the bakers, where and like the amount of eggs used in cake making, it's a lot. Okay, it's like 1:0.6 ratio kind of stuff, you know.
Yep. Hmm.
And so this adds a lot of significant cost to the cake making.
Hmm.
So there, the production cost that goes pretty, up and down, and it becomes a big challenge for the bakers to maintain the production cost and consistency. Many times, it goes like an out-of-pocket expenses for them, or else the
Hmm.
consumer cannot afford like having cakes or anything. So Enzyme is one such tool. Like we created our CBake EG Plus, and it's one such tool where this brings like a use of egg down by up to 50% or 40%. So technically, it replaces like 60% eggs in egg making.
So,
So
but is the enzyme an egg replacer, or it's more something that supports egg replacement?
no, enzyme is so there are like a several different egg replacers, but
Yeah.
enzyme is
Hmm.
you know. So what enzyme does is it reduces the amount of eggs being consumed. So
Hmm.
right now with the technology where we are at with the CBake EG Plus, which is kind of which is an enzyme for egg reduction, it helps to reduce the amount of eggs up to 60%, where we can comfortably say on commercial. Our lab is showing like 80% egg reduction, but
Wow, that's
we
incredible. Yeah.
yes, but we can comfortably say that yes, 60% of eggs they could reduce basically. Now it's like so it's a reduction, not a replacer, and it's an enzyme. It's not like the any other additive where many people they are using so many different additives.
It's not like adding whey isolate or something like that. Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's very interesting. Um, and I guess that kind of leads into in that sense, like how is an enzyme strategy different from other egg replacers? Because a lot of other egg replacers are like you remove the egg and then you add in a powder blend and water or something like that, right? So, I mean, cost is obviously the big thing in terms of the functionality and production and stuff, but how is that from an ingredient perspective? How is that a different strategy? Right?
So once again, going back to it's like an egg replacer versus an enzyme, basically. So there are several different egg replacers, and the strategy of the people as an egg replacer is to use the starch or the protein or emulsifiers,
Mm-hmm.
different stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So in CBAKE Plus, what we have done is we carefully picked up the enzyme which mimics the function of eggs, utilizing the natural ingredients or the ingredients which are available naturally into the flour, basically.
Aha. Yeah.
So
So there's a little bit
enzyme,
of magic here, or
yes,
science magic, right?
yeah, it's a science magic,
Mhm.
basically. It sounds like a magic, but then yes, it's a magic thing. Also, it was like a magic. So enzyme would like very specifically act onto the ingredients which are naturally available, and then it would mimic the product which comes out of the enzyme reaction that would mimic the functionality of the eggs. Now, as we know, the functionality of there are like several functionalities of egg in the cake making,
Hmm.
emulsification, or it's like in holding the moisture
Yep.
or giving the sponginess, you know. So
Liquefier in the batter, yeah, kind of. Yep.
yes,
Hmm.
the batter and then giving some consistency, so flowability, some shine. So these enzymes, whatever we choose in here and put inside CPEG plus, it mimics those functionalities. It
Hmm.
will bring that functionality into the eggs. And so, but we are limited by the science here or the availability. I would say the availability of ingredients which enzyme is supposed to act upon. So we
Yep.
have like a
Mhm.
limited national ingredients which are there basically. So
So
if
you've
we
got to
have
have
to go, yeah. So if we
got to
have
have
to
the right
go,
ingredients in there to start with. Yep.
yes,
Hmm.
yes. So if we have to go like in a higher amount of egg reduction, then of course we have to add some ingredients there, you know, but not to like a large extent the way the egg replacers are being used, like 1% and 2% and 5%.
Hmm.
Enzyme and these ingredients they just worked into ppm levels, so it becomes like a so convenient to use.
Perfect. That is a great segue because I mean, of course, a lot of us who are familiar with or even aware of enzymes is that enzymes can be quite expensive, right? So how does that impact the cost offset? I mean, what kind of uh, expend like you mentioned earlier, like eggs were as high as $10 or $11 a dozen, and even today they're still probably around $5 a dozen. um, so, if I'm replacing 60% of my eggs, so that's good because that would be like $3, right, of a $5 dozen. Um, how is the enzyme, a cost offset, how does that impact it, right?
So I'm sure, like hearing the answer to this one, you and everyone would be excited. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the cost benefit mark here. So the benefit comes in terms of several different parameters here. So one is like the direct cost, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm replacing or reducing eggs with enzyme, one could save anything between 4% up to 10% or up to 12% of cake making cost. But there are also the tangible benefits attached to it when one is reducing eggs in the cake making. So one is coming up is like you are making a healthy cake, which
Mm-hmm.
will reduce like the level of cholesterol, right? The
Oh
fats,
yeah, good point. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, inside the cake, and it would give you like something healthy. There's more and more demand onto the vegan or kind of like people want to eat less of animal protein and they want to
Mm-hmm.
get on to something which is
Mm-hmm.
natural. So this enzyme thing that would give that benefit to the cake making. Otherwise, people are spending like a lot of money buying stuff, you know, and they are still devoid of the taste or the flavor they wanted into the cake, you know. But with enzyme, one would get this benefit. And last but not the least is it brings more safety. It's like
Hmm.
a lot of diseases, which are disease outbreak, which we are seeing into the animal industry, you know. So you don't know what is getting there into the animal thing. Of course, like there are tests and rules and regulations and everything into the place, but then you never know. And some disease outbreak, and then you are out of like an egg in the stock, and then you can't eat your cake. You're missing eating
Yes, I
cake.
mean, over the past few years, we've seen so many salmonella outbreaks of so many areas and listeria, and yeah, that's a very, very good point. Food
Yes.
safety is a huge.
So these are like, in addition to the cost, these are like the tangible and intangible benefits. So we put it like all these benefits in one basket with EG Plus and deliver to the people.
Hmm. Perfect. That is great. How about things like product shelf life? Does it impact that in any way? Is there a benefit or is there any change in things like shelf? Because eggs obviously help keep the pound cake, nice and soft and moist on the shelf, right?
So far, whatever trials and whomsoever we are selling these products, they are really happy. And happy in terms of the qualities and then the texture properties what the Civic EG Plus is able to deliver, right?
Hmm.
So it is giving like the same texture properties as the 100% egg when it comes to the moistness, or when it comes to the sponginess, or the softness. It is very much similar to the 100% eggs. Okay.
Great. That's fantastic. Right. That's
And
really
we were, yes, and we were amazed to see that with EG Plus, one is able to extend or prolong the softness or the shelf life by couple of days at least, or two,
oh
three
good.
days more.
That's
And we know,
awesome.
like, yeah, it's like if the pound cake is made and then it's a fresh one, it doesn't have like much of the life which has been there. One has to eat like really fresh stuff, right? So adding couple of days is also like very significant, very very significant.
Cool.
So
That's excellent.
yes, it helps to extend the shelf life.
That is fantastic. That's so these are all good news. I mean, this is a case for like why wouldn't you um want to reduce eggs, right? I mean, there's so many benefits associated with it all. And with that, so that if I'm like a medium-sized bakery and now I'm all gung ho, I want to, get some Sebek EG plus and want to start reducing eggs in my pound cake. So are there what's the best way for me to purchase this? What are the best avenues that you have available if I can't take like a truckload or a pallet load or something like that?
Mark, it's very easy. So we have base in Chino, California. There we have our production unit. One can directly call on our number like 909-203-4620, ask about Civic EG Plus, or someone could write onto the email, example, like my email, Deepak, DIPAK at enzymeinnovation.com. Just write it down. Hey, we need Civic EG Plus, and we deliver. Like they can order directly with us, and we can deliver to them. We can
Oh,
deliver 25. We can deliver 25 kilos, and we can deliver 25 containers also. So pretty easy to handle, and deliveries are like real quick. No one
that's
have
good.
worry.
That's great.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
so we are very much accessible. Anyone
Yeah.
can approach
That's
it. And
that's
good part
excellent.
is, yeah, good part is we are at IFT,
Oh,
and
yes, yes, yeah.
yes, and so if someone wants to know more, yes, they can visit us, or we are going to be at IBI, so we can have an in-person dialogue as well. What do they need?
Oh, that's
They can meet
fantastic.
us. They
That's
can
really
meet us as well.
yeah,
Yep.
super easy, accessible. And one of the last things just you hinted about we've talked about how the ingredient replacement and so on, things like that. So now if I've got the Sebek AG Plus and now I want some help with my formula and like how do I adjust my formula in terms of taking 60% or 80% eggs out, do you guys provide some formula support with that in terms of saying, okay, use this much and change this ingredient or anything like that? Right?
Absolutely, we provide such support. So, Mark, I don't know if you know this, but in Chino, we have state-of-the-art baking application and research lab. And there is a team which is mix of R&D chef, enzymologist, or biochemist, and food technologists. They are working together, and they support all the users or whomsoever are needing any support. And these
Mhm.
guys, they simply can hop on to develop a formula or to design a formula or to tweak a formula to help them to use Civic EG Plus. We even go to extent that we can work with someone's all ingredients, bring their ingredients in our lab, standardize the recipe formula using EG Plus, and show them how the product performs
Wow,
and
that's great.
show them the benefits. So this is all available. So fully backed up by technical support. This is what I mean to say, and
Good.
very handy.
And it's all in the package. It's not like you have to pay extra to hire Enzyme Innovations to now calculate the formula for me or things like that. It's all part of the customer service that Enzyme Innovation provides to support your products.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. And Deepak, repeat that contact information for me. Your website is enzymeinnovation.com. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
So our webpage is like www.enzymeinnovation.com. And the contact number is 909-203-4620. The email ID, it's dipak@enzymeinnovation.com or adm@enzymeinnovation.com. They can reach at either of the email IDs, and we'll be happy to receive any queries.
Excellent. There you guys have a direct line to the vice president of business development at Enzyme Innovation. So my guest has been Deepak Rhoda. Deepak, thank you very much for your time. This has been very, very informative. And I look forward to the next time we get to chat on enzymes. It's always a wealth of information with you, and you're very generous in sharing with us. And we appreciate your leadership in the baking industry to help us with all this information and the excellent products that Enzyme Innovation provides us to work with as well.
Mark, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Pleasure is mine. I'm always moved with the enzyme, and my sole motto is like, yeah, how one can use enzyme in the best way to make something which is more healthier and help industry save the cost. So this is what I'm committed to.
Excellent. Thank you very much.